Full solar eclipse to pump Bitcoin to $80,000 on April the 8th. Sounds like crazy theory, but let me show you what I have and let's examine this evidence together. This is not clickbait. Let's get into this because Bitcoin price, if you look at it, is currently consolidating and it's waiting for something. But then the question becomes, what the hell is it waiting for? Let me show you exactly what it is, because at the very first appearance, it could be that maybe it's got something to do with the conflict that is happening in the Gulf and in the Middle East. And possibly the market is currently waiting for the Iran's response to Israel's strike in Syria. And they're putting forces on full alert. There is a lot of warnings right now from the US government that Israel is about to be attacked by Iran. And if that would be the case, imagine the implications. This could actually spark another huge war in the Middle East. And this could certainly affect the markets short term in a negative sense for sure. And then with time, we would have to evaluate how bad the situation is and whether it's going to turn into another one of those pump the market type of wars or full-on depression type of wars. But anyway, this is what the market is currently thinking. However, what they're also thinking about is this right here. On April the 8th, the solar eclipse is happening. And it is a no joke. Let me show you exactly why this is a no joke and why it could actually have a huge impact on Bitcoin. There are a lot of theories going around right now, including the one that National Guard is actually being deployed in many states, which is very concerning in a way. But let's keep going. Let's have a look at this here. Let's dig a bit deeper. On the April the 8th, during the solar eclipse, National Guard is being deployed. Schools will be closed. Interesting. This has rarely happened before during any solar eclipses. FEMA notice. Population advised to ration and stock up on food and water. Interesting. Red heifer ritual. This is an interesting one. Devil's Comet that is coming into proximity. CERN firing up Hadron Collider, which is very interesting. We're going to dig into this in just a second. NASA is firing 3 rockets called Serpentity. Whatever. This is a very long story, but let me give you some overviews and why this could have a direct impact actually on Bitcoin, despite that we currently are seeing some increased volume on the ETFs. Yesterday, as a matter of fact, was 200 million inflows, the day before 200 million. So we are picking up a little bit, even though Grayscale keeps dumping. So the ETFs are looking quite strong. However, a lot of things are aligning right now in terms of the time between April the 8th and April the 9th for final huge move on Bitcoin, finally to actually break out of this volatility narrowing pattern. And this is what actually has been told us by also the Fibonacci time zones and a few other neural networks we're using to analyze the market. So this we're digging very deep often. And these are the dates that we were given. These dates are not always very accurate, but sometimes they're incredibly accurate. And as you can see also technically, but we're gonna get back to the technicals. And certainly guys, remember that I'm personally trading over on Bybit, and with my exclusive link down in the description of this video, you can also claim up to $30,000 of initial deposit bonuses over on Bybit of real money that you can use for your own trading. Also, you get all these bonuses you can see on the screen. You can pause the screen and take a look. And also all deposited users get access to the copy trading feature. So there are so many things you actually get out of it, and you need an exchange that you can trust, and Bybit is one of the biggest exchanges that doesn't have any stupid fat about it, like for example Binance. So all of the links are down in the description of this video, and let's move on. Let's discuss as to what is going to happen and why this is so interesting and so unusual. Let's listen to this here.
Everyone's heard about the solar eclipse on April 8th, but what else is happening coincidentally on the same day? On the same day, exactly 100 years ago, Aleister Crowley reportedly made contact with a demon called Aiwass. Crowley went on to write an entire book going into detail about this encounter called the Book of Law. Then on the same day, NASA plans to fire 3 rockets named Serpent Deity at the eclipse for quote-unquote scientific purposes. And on top of all this, a comet named Devil's Comet will become visible for the first time in 71 years on the same day.
So this is quite interesting, right? I mean, we're not theorists here, but let's keep digging in deeper. This is quite an interesting one. CERN is firing up their particle accelerator during the solar eclipse on April the 8th. You know that this is in Geneva particle accelerator that they're using to try to generate antimatter or dark matter, whatever, which is the cause of gravity, or this is what we think is the cause of gravity and the general powers that actually power the universe. A lot of people have said that they're summoning devils and opening portals and stuff, and they're actually doing this. They haven't done anything in 2 years, and now they're going all in during the solar eclipse. this is quite interesting. So are they going to open a portal and find out, like, this is pretty crazy. I mean, I'm not a theorist, but here is what this guy is saying, that CERN is about to fulfill possibly the prophecy from Revelation during the solar eclipse. And actually, the crazy part about, I didn't know this, but I mean, maybe it's all just coincidences, but CERN was actually built above the Temple of Apollo, which is basically the temple. It's like it's got to do with the devil, with the dark energy, and like some portals and shit. And it was actually in Geneva. And that's what it was built above. So let's listen to this.
The statue of Shiva, the goddess of death and destruction, which is going to come into play with what I'm about to show you. Now understand that during the eclipse, this thing is going to reach full power. Now, they claim that they are trying to open portals and bring entities out.
So let's not dig too much into these kinds of things of entities, demons, and we're trying to be pragmatic here. So then how is this going to affect the Bitcoin price? Let me show you. So all of this is happening during the solar eclipse on the 8th of April. And this somehow, but let's not jump ahead of us too much here. What I want you to pay attention to is that actually Taiwan, a couple of days ago, was shaken by one of the hugest earthquakes in the last 25 years. And literally a few hours ago, 5.5 magnitude earthquake hits New Jersey and also New York City. So this is also very rare. It's one of the biggest earthquakes in this side of the United States in the last 280 years. So this is a bunch of interesting connections and bunch of interesting things that are actually happening right now. And I mean, these things, the CERN is also undeniable. So therefore, what could be happening? So in my opinion here, this reminds me of the situation, the same that we've actually seen so many times before. 2002 or 2000, the end of the world, 2010, 2012, then 2016, blah, 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 blah. Quite frankly, now I'm taking off my tin-foiled fucking hat and I'm telling you exactly what I think about this whole thing. Certainly, this could be the cause. This could be something to do with the gravity and because of the moon and all the phases. So therefore, there could be some earthquakes. Maybe there could be something crazy happening in nature because of the gravity, because of the solar eclipse, because of the positioning of the sun, of the moon, whatever. It's just gravity. That's how gravity works. When it comes to the CERN, maybe they're doing something interesting. Maybe they're really trying to crack the code of gravity and understand what dark energy and dark matter is, and which is what they're trying to accomplish here. That's what this whole fucking thing was built for. So they're trying to launch it, this particle accelerator during the eclipse to see if they can actually achieve any kind of different results than from before. So therefore, we don't really know what they're doing. But what we do know, that even if there's going to be something happening, it's going to be extremely short term. And what matters more is not this freaking thing, but the actual situation in Iran and Israel right now. And besides, in my opinion, I really humbly believe that nothing will happen. But for this particular reason, possibly, we also have this box here that was actually also generated by some of the trading methods and trading strategies that we're using, including neural networks that sometimes are predicting different precise dates for volatility on Bitcoin. And this is what it seems to be telling us. And guess what? It's also kind of coming together into this whole wedge that we're seeing. The same thing is also on Ethereum, that we were saying, this huge wedge that needs to break out, the volatility slowing, because really, if you go to TikTok, if you just let your brain out and then you actually watch all these things, you will go absolutely crazy. So I'll tell you, people really are currently fearful. Look, they're talking about devils, demons, and all this nonsense. People are all so easy to influence. So therefore, this could actually have some effect on it. And the price, in my opinion, why I said it could go to 80,000, because once we realize that all of this was bullshit, that it's just another solar eclipse, again, could be something bigger. How do I know? But anyway, I think it's bullshit. I think it's just as usual stuff, just like every time before, even though might have some earthquakes, whatever. But at this point, once the market realizes it was all just hoax and bullshit, we're actually gonna pump. That's what I think. Especially seeing that we actually are seeing some volume pick up on the ETFs, and the halving is coming up so soon, literally 2 weeks away. So therefore, for me, all this nonsense, all this huge FUD, one of the biggest FUDs I've seen ever on social media of this 8th of April bullshit. So therefore, I think it's gonna just break out to the upside. Maybe wick a bit lower, kick people out, and then break to the upside. So we'll see what happens. Guys, remember, just always stay smart. Check out this quick tutorial to learn how to trade Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies with proper risk and money management. And don't fall for some stupid bullshit saying that, oh, the end of the world on the 8th of April. Just read less of demonic books about entities and stay smart. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.